Hi, welcome back. Week 2 of my founder's journey for the Wealthy Woman Company, and we officially have the keys and we are in. I am so excited. I'm going to start actually by giving you a bit of a tour. I did do it in portrait for socials, but obviously it's landscape, so need to do it again. But this is so exciting. So this is the space. This is one side of the space here. At the moment, I am waiting on a load of orders for equipment. So desks, chairs, rugs, plants, all the things. Nothing has arrived. Or very little has arrived. So I am trying to fill up the space any way I can. So there's me. But I just wanted to show you quickly. Look how great this location is. So I'm not sure if it's going to pick it up on the camera, but this is the main road that takes you all the way into the town centre. And I have been driving on this road every day for like backwards and forwards for 11 years. So it's really exciting to be here because this just feels like a full circle moment. So at the moment, like I say, I'm just filling up this space, but what I will be using it for is this here is going to be my flexible office space. So it will be co-working. Obviously, I need some more desks. I've only got one at the moment. But we're going to use it for co-working, networking. This space will be used for workshops, trainings. I'm going to get a nice little seated area down here for client meetings, VIP days and strategy sessions. Through here is my office. No, not my office. What the hell am I talking about? Sorry, it's the kitchen. So a little bit of a mess right now, just trying to get everything set up, but I am going to have a really beautiful little coffee station here for anybody that comes to co-work with us, which is exciting. And then over here is a bit of a hidden gem. So I wasn't sure what to do with this, but ladies, this is where we are going to be recording. You heard it here first. Recording the new series of the Wealthy Woman podcast. So it's been on a little bit of a hiatus just while I tried to figure out what to do with it. And I think it's obviously because it's been waiting for this space. So this is just obviously it needs some soundproofing. But this is an incredible like space. The lighting is good. There's very little sound from the road. I'm going to get it set up with like a nice little chair. And just get it all fitted out. So then when guests come to be interviewed on the podcast, that will be where we go. And it's a nice, discreet space that we can just basically like box off from the rest of the space. So if you are interested in being a guest on the Wealthy Women podcast from January onwards, let me know. And we will be doing it in person here in the office. And then this is a cupboard. Not very exciting, but I'm always super nosy and I love those things. In here is an office. So it's been a bit of a family affair. All the kids have been here helping, putting bits together. The baby was in here yesterday. We actually had like a projector screen so she can watch her baby TV on here and just kind of sit down here. We've got another cupboard in here. So I'm not quite sure what I'm going to do with this office because I don't think that I need an office. I actually want to be out here and visible and doing bits, but we've got another office there, which is actually big enough to use as another office. Like it's got a little cable for the internet. So obviously somebody was using it as an office. I imagine we'll probably just use it for storage. And then this is the main space when you come in over here. So at the moment, I've just been trying to fill in gaps in space and just kind of, there's a lot of passing traffic. And sadly, one of the things that hasn't arrived yet is the window decal. So people don't actually know what we do here yet. So I've got some like the conference posters on the window, which is great. And a little sign just with the website now, because that's been done. But not really much there. So I've brought this back from the CEO conference last year, which is just a beautiful big banner stand that I had printed, which says, I am a wealthy woman, which could be our selfie wall, actually. I was going to do something over here. So this is another bit of space here. If you can see, there's like separate sections. So this one is going to be a retail space. So I've got a really nice retail unit coming, and my intention is to stock like female brands here, which will be really exciting. So I've already started having conversations with suppliers for things like angel card decks and journals, planners, those kind of things. So it's going to be so exciting. I can't wait. And all of the things that I'm using myself. This was going to be our little selfie wall for guests, but actually I think I might just use that. You never know, just let it be easy. And then I'm also going to have a space here, which is like this beautiful like felt arch thing, which is going to be like a notice board where other women can come in and promote their businesses, because again, that was the whole point, is that I'm opening doors and creating opportunities for women to get their services in front of the right people. So, and then finally, we've obviously got a Christmas tree, but none of the decorations have turned up. They're probably on a boat somewhere on their way here. And then obviously I've got my little helper with the reception desk, because you obviously need to maintain a presence, even though there really isn't actually that much here right now. So I wanted to give you a bit of an update, just let you know what we've been up to this week. As I said, full transparency, sharing the journey with you. So I've written a little list to make sure I don't forget anything. So for me, starting a business from zero, the first thing that you needed, or that I needed to do, was get really, really clear on what am I selling, and ensuring that I have as many different revenue streams as possible, because as much as I think I know what the market wants and needs, I need to be flexible. And I strongly encourage you to do this with any new business venture. Like, you have to have that vision and that conviction in what it is that you're selling, but also stay open to creative possibilities. So I have brainstormed essentially like 20 different ways that I can monetize this space, so that it becomes the gift that keeps on giving, so that I'm not blocking opportunities to make money, so that I am focusing on, like, really, one thing I'm really good at in my own coaching business is lifetime value of clients and giving them a journey to stay with me for longer. So again, as people are coming in, I don't want to have a huge footfall of women coming in to make this space viable. I want to make sure that I'm continuing to monetize and serve the women that are coming in at the highest possible time. So some of the offers that will be included are things like co-working, networking. So the women that come and do the co-working sessions are probably quite likely to want networking, especially with other local business owners. Then they might be interested in coming to workshops. They might want some strategy sessions with me. They might want some training by way of the Wealthy Woman Accelerator, or my mastermind, or the academy if they're looking for more community. And also they might want to come to Miami. So why the hell not? So I needed to make sure that I had all of that before I even made the decision about the business. And then the main updates for this week, because I'm doing it very, like, obviously it's Christmas time coming up. I've got 6 kids. I'm homeschooling. There's a lot going on right now. And this wasn't on my bingo card for 2025. So you can't just keep adding things to your plate. You have to create space. So every week I'm just being really intentional with, what does it make sense that I need to do this week? Rather than trying to think, these are all the things that I could do. It's like, what actually needs to happen next? So for me, that looked like obviously getting the keys on Friday, cleaning the shop because it was disgusting. It's been empty for quite a long time and the energy in it is quite stale. So I've been saging, doing a lot of cleaning and saging. Obviously the orders haven't arrived yet, so I haven't been able to fill up the space entirely. So I'm not sitting here every day, all day, because there is no point. Essentially, there is nowhere to kind of send anybody. But what I did make sure that I did was obviously get the website up and running. So that was a lot of late nights, getting that up and running, and changing the domain. And typically, if I had a really lovely long lead time, I would have got somebody else to do it for me. But we know in business, you have to be able to move very quickly and pivot and adapt. So that looked like me spending lots of nights over the last 7 days till 11 o'clock at night, just trying to get these things done. So then what I have done is focused on, I need this business to make money ASAP. So yes, I need a social presence. Yes, I need to build an audience online, but I would be leaving money on the table if I didn't actually lean into the local communities and business communities that are already here, i.e. the people that are most likely to buy it and invest in this space. So that looked like me and my daughter handing out 1,200 leaflets for the conference over the last 10 days. So I think I mentioned it on the last video. I'm not sure. I definitely did on socials, but basically there was a magazine that I wanted to advertise the conference in. I will be doing that in January, but it was far beyond my budget. It was like thousands to do it. It was far beyond my budget right now. And it was going to take a long time with like designers and backwards and forwards. So essentially, she was already delivering the leaflet. That's one of the things. She's very entrepreneurial. She wants to own her own money. It's the equivalent of like a paper round, I guess, back in the day when I was doing these things. And I was already helping her with that. So with that, we have then leveraged that opportunity and actually delivered the conference leaflets with the magazines. So that's worked out quite well because that's 1,200 local business owners, and that has already started. And a lot of the time, people online forget about offline business and the opportunities that are there in real life around you. So we did that. That started to build the audience on our new page on Instagram, because that's also the next step. Was like, okay, marketing channels. How am I going to market this business? Obviously, YouTube. And a podcast will be coming shortly. Instagram is the obvious one because I'm already on those platforms. So to share the content from one to the other is very easy. I already have an audience there, so potentially they might want to come. So again, go where the energy is already good. Facebook, I've been posting in other people's Facebook groups, like business communities, just to let them know what's coming. Had so much interest in that. And also local marketing. So then I've been giving out leaflets, setting up the socials, and also I'm a member of the local Chamber of Commerce. So looking at the things that are at my disposal. So they were happy to promote as well. So like Facebook groups, local business networking groups, the Chamber of Commerce. We've got local business awards here. I'll be entering into that. What else will follow from there? I think then it will be also growing our own audience on those pages through like social media growth tactics, Facebook ads, obviously. And that was really it, I think. I mean, there is LinkedIn, obviously, but I think it's better to really like fully get some traction on one thing, especially when you are in the beginning stages of business, than trying to do all the things, not being able to do it consistently, not being able to do it well enough to actually represent yourself well. And I always encourage my clients to do that. Like, just do what works for you, what you know you can commit to. And then I started to set up systems on the back end. So actually, this is very basic bitch of me, because I invested in some new email marketing software. Obviously, I'm the Kajabi queen, but let's be honest, the newsletter templates are very basic, and I wanted to be able to deliver like these beautiful like magazine style newsletters. I started that process and I wasted so many hours of my life, and right now for where I am, it's just a waste of time and money. So although I'd invested into it, I've parked it for now. I've got a new marketing lady coming on in January. That will be a her project. And I think that's also like a good lesson, is knowing where your skill set is and your time is best placed, because you don't want to be running around doing loads of things, wasting time with tech that isn't actually going to move the needle for you as a business owner. So for me right now, and again, there's probably loads of booking systems that I can use. So part of this space is going to be allowing other people to come and host their events here. Then I will be promoting to my audiences. They will bring their audiences. They will get an incredible rate on the venue and I'll host them. So it's just like a win-win for everybody in a really beautiful aesthetic space that's very centrally located. So it makes sense. Now, I'm sure that there's complicated like whizzy things that I can do with that. But for now, it just looks like having a planner. And I'm such an old school person when it comes to just having something literally on paper. I'm a very visual person. It helps me with my ADHD. So I need to be able to like visually see things. So I've started to use this, and I've got 2 VIP sessions booked in so far. I'm hoping to host a networking brunch in a couple of weeks. once the internet and everything is running. So that's the thing. I'm also a little bit limited because the internet isn't going to be here till the 16th. I'm hoping to host some co-working sessions in December, just a very soft launch to get people through the door. Thursday is our Wealthy Woman Academy Christmas dinner. So I'm going to get the ladies to come here first for pre-drinks. Again, that helps to get some content for socials. It also just helps to bring beautiful energy into the space, which I'm excited about. And I think it's that as well. It's like not waiting to just, this space at the end of the day, I don't have the budget to do everything that I want from the get-go. That is full transparency. I'm not prepared to put myself in financial jeopardy like I would have done at the beginning of my financial journey. I haven't got outside investors. I haven't got anybody supporting me financially. So I've got to be mindful of, as much as my ego would love it to be this whole big launch and this whole big thing, sometimes you just need to get started, and you just need to start with where you are. As I said, this wasn't on my plan, so it's kind of like a bonus, but it comes with it a lot of responsibility and financial commitment. So I needed to start making money ASAP. So therefore, we just need to get out of our own way and start receiving. So I'm going to allow this to expand and evolve. I'll continue to up level and reinvest as the year goes on. And just, don't worry about it. Just go follow the breadcrumbs, essentially. Whatever is next that I need to invest in next, that's what I'm going to do. So taking bookings for January, I have decided that I'm going to host a workshop in collaboration with one of my Academy members in January, which I think will be really beautiful, just a fantastic time of the year to do it. So obviously follow me on socials to find out all the details for that. I've got an Academy CEO Day that I'll be hosting in January also for the women inside my Academy to actually come here and do their strategic planning in person, because I believe so passionately about the power of being in the room and having somebody literally sitting next to you as you do these things. So that is my kind of next step. So every week my intention is to kind of tell you what I'm doing so you can think about what you're doing in your business. So I'm going to be building out my email list. So I'm working on some lead magnets today, getting that set up. And also for me, I'm going to be going into launch for my Wealthy Women Accelerator. So this is so I've got my academy, which is like a 12-month program. This is where you just continue to do the embodiment work, where you have support while you are launching and scaling your business. And it's just a nice, beautiful, like minimal investment, but gives you accountability, gives you focus, gives you access to a mentor and a community as you launch your business, without the pressure of like, I have invested so much money, I need to get the return on it. It's like, it's just, and equally, it will serve the women in many seasons of the business. So I love the Academy. That is my signature program. I also have the Mastermind that I will be relaunching, which will be much more high level women that are already established, that just want that peer support, that want the events and the experiences. But for me, what kind of sits in the middle of that is the Wealthy Woman Accelerator, which is going to be delivered in person or online. And it's like, it's the foundational program that every woman in business needs to go through. I wish that I had had this. I would have not left so much money on the table when it came to my other businesses. Back in the day, like I just didn't know what I didn't know. You don't learn this stuff anywhere, but it's everything to do with money. So it's like your money blocks, your money story, your relationship with money. So it's doing all of that deep inner work, regulating your nervous system to receive more. But it's also about how you make money in alignment with your human design, about how you manage your money, I become a good steward for it, how you multiply your money through smart investments and paying down debts and having, cash flow systems, to then how you really like accelerate your money through like ensuring that you're fully monetizing your business, you're fixing the money leaks, you're not leaving money on the table. The last and it's a 6-month program. So for me, that is the one that I just feel so passionate about, because 6 months in that program is going to change your life. And once you've got those systems set up, once you've done that work, it will be the gift that keeps on giving. So that is what I'm going to be focused on launching between now and January. And I can't wait. I'm so excited. So again, this space will continue to evolve, but that is where I'm really putting some energy and some focus. So if you are interested in joining me, let me know. The payments are very manageable, but it's kind of like once you've done it, you can't, like, it will be the gift that keeps on giving. You can't undo it. Like, this work will serve you now and for every part of your life. So I am so excited to deliver that. But that is my update for this week. Let me know if you have learned anything from this, if you're interested, if you want me to talk about anything else, or dive in a little bit more around like the strategies and what I'm doing. But already I am 4 days in, and the business has already generated, hundreds in revenue just from booking those VIP sessions, which I booked before I even had the keys. So don't be afraid to pre-launch, particularly at this time of year. Everybody wants what it is that you're selling. So even if you haven't done the thing, and I actually strongly encourage my clients to not go away and spend hours, days creating new resources and programs and courses until they've actually sold it. So that for me was just confirming what I was planning to do with the space. I had that confirmation by way of a sale. So now already, like, I've got some money to reinvest in the business, which feels really, really good. So hope you are enjoying these little updates. I will see you next week for another week's update.